How's it going, everybody? So today we're going to be talking about how to get directions on the Light Phone 2. Now, this is an easier workaround that I had in the past, so I'll be updating you on this. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jose, and here we talk about digital minimalism and how to restore balance within our lives. So if that's something that interests you, make sure to subscribe. Now, I have covered maps and how to get maps, directions in the past with the Light Phone, but you needed an Android device, you needed to download an application, get your own Google API, and do kind of like some wizardry, quote unquote. You also needed a secondary SIM card or digits or number share in order to make it work. This time around, it is standalone. It is the same concept, but made by a developer in a widely open available phone number. So the phone number is something like 312-313-1234. I'll leave it in the description below so you can check out the link and all of the instructions for your reference. But essentially what you do is you do the same thing as previously. You put the mode of transportation that you're trying to get, the location, origin, and also the destination. So I made a search that says something like drive from Atlanta to Chattanooga, and essentially it gives you all of the text-based directions. Now it takes a little bit because of course it's communicating with the application and sending it back to you, but it will give you the accurate directions. Now the more accurate and precise that you are, the better directions you will get. An extra added benefit for this application or this phone number that you can send, and you can just rename it to something like directions or maps. In my case, I rename it to maps so that I have it widely accessible whenever I'm sending a text message. And essentially you have other options, but you have to be, again, very specific. If not, you get an error message that says something like the input is not valid, and then it explains to you how to actually get that information. You can get information for businesses. So for example, I also made a search that said information for Starbucks in Atlanta. And after waiting a couple minutes, I was able to get all of that information. You're also able to get grocery type of information. Like for example, let's say you're trying to find a supermarket. You can put supermarket near Atlanta or find supermarket near Atlanta. Again, you have to be very specific. And if not, you get an error message. But essentially what happens is that this allows you to get directions, which is something that we're still waiting. It is a tool that is coming for the Light Phone 2, but we're still waiting on it. But it is a very, very good way to get directions right now, especially if this is your only device. If you don't have an Android or you don't know how to get an API and you don't know how to input all of these different things, then it may be a little bit more difficult for you to actually get these working. But if you only use a Light Phone, this is the best way and by far the simplest way to get directions. Now, I want to make sure that you understand that this does cost money to the developers. So make sure to consider at least giving a donation. I don't know the exact amount right now of how much it costs per text message. I don't think it's an exorbitant amount, but again, if everybody's using it and no one is donating, he may shut it down. So make sure to donate to the developer so that he can continue developing and, allowing this for free. And again, this doesn't only work with the Light Phone, but it works with any device. You can even get it on a smartphone or a non-smartphone. So any Nokia device or any other smartphone or non-smartphone that doesn't have maps for some reason, then you're able to get directions text-based. Again, this is a very good way to do it. You can also put walk input. So if you're walking from a certain place to another place, but if it's more than 100 steps, it will tell you that it cannot compute it unless you put a exclamation point. If you put walk, exclamation point from this place to this place, it will give you the location. It will be a little bit of a longer text message, but it'll get you there. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys. It's another tool that we can get and that we can use. Meanwhile, we wait for the official tool from the Light Phone team. I'll be making a separate video about the music tool. And if you have any questions about that, make sure to drop them down below so that I'm able to answer it whenever I make that video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.